Ella's phone buzzed sharply as she wrapped up a report at her desk. The message glared on her screen. "Miss Hall, please come to my office immediately." It was from Fernando, her boss. Her stomach turned. In 5 years at Greenfield and Blythe, she had never been summoned like this. Ella, a senior account manager known for spotless performance reviews, prided herself on her calm and competence. But as she walked the long hallway to Fernando's office, her heart pounded with dread. When she stepped inside, his face was unreadable. "Sit down, Ella," he said. She did. "Is everything okay?" she asked carefully. "We received a disturbing phone call this morning," Fernando said, tapping his fingers on the desk. Ella tilted her head. "From who?" "A woman claiming to be your sister. She said you've been abusing drugs and stealing office supplies. Where are you watching from today? Kindly hit like, comment and subscribe to this channel for more." "What?" Ella blinked, stunned. Fernando slid a paper toward her. "She gave us specific details, times, dates. Said she saw you take company property and show up drunk to meetings." "That's ridiculous. That's not true." "I'm sorry," Fernando said, his tone cold but not cruel. "Given the seriousness of these claims and the risk to the company, the board has decided to terminate your employment, effective immediately." Ella's throat tightened. "Fernando, please. This is a mistake. My sister, her name is Victoria, she has a history of pulling stunts." He nodded. "She seemed very concerned about you. I suggest you pack up your things. Security will escort you out." Ella sat frozen, the world spinning. A prank? She pulled out her phone and called Victoria. Victoria picked up on the third ring, her voice sugar-sweet. "Hey sis. What's up? You called my job?" Ella said, her voice shaking. "You told them I was a thief and a drug addict?" Victoria laughed. "Relax, it was just a little prank. You're always so serious. I figured they'd give you a slap on the wrist, not fire you." "I lost my job, Victoria." "Wait, seriously? That's not my fault. You're being dramatic." Ella ended the call, hands trembling. Fernando stood quietly behind his desk, awkwardly avoiding her eyes. "I can prove she's lying," she said, voice cracking. "Check the cameras. Ask my colleagues." Fernando shook his head. "It's not about the truth anymore, Ella. It's about the company's risk." "I'm sorry." Security waited outside as she packed her things in a cardboard box. Her co-workers gave her sympathetic glances but said nothing. Ella walked out of the building, numb, years of loyalty erased in a moment. At home, she dropped the box by her couch and stared at the family photo on the wall. There she was, standing awkwardly on the edge while Victoria beamed from the center. The golden child. The favorite. Ella's phone buzzed again. Another message from Victoria. "Sorry if you're mad. Maybe this is good timing for a career change. You were getting kind of boring anyway." Then her mom called. "Ella, honey, Victoria told me what happened. You really should learn to take a joke better." "Mom, I lost my job." "Well," her mother sighed, "maybe it's for the best. Victoria says her friend's boutique has an opening. You could work together." "I have a master's degree in business, Mom." "Don't be snobby, dear. Family helps family." Ella stared at her laptop, her hands still. Then slowly she began to update her resume. The shaking stopped. In its place, fire took hold. Victoria had always been the one to break things. Her toys, her trust, even her car in college. And their parents always excused her with, "That's just how she is." But not this time. Ella's phone pinged again. Another message from Victoria. "Mom says you're being dramatic. It's not like you can't find another job. Unless you're not as smart as you think you are." Ella stared at the screen, something shifting inside her. She'd always taken the high road. Always played the bigger person. But not anymore. She opened her email, pulled up her contact list, and began sending job applications to every competitor of Greenfield and Blythe. "If you wanted me to change careers, Victoria," she whispered, hitting send. "Fine. I'll change. On my terms." Ella didn't sleep much that night. Her mind kept going over every word Victoria had said. Every smug message, every fake apology. The next morning her phone buzzed again. A group chat notification. Victoria had already spun her version of the story to their brother, Sam, and their parents. "Just a misunderstanding," Victoria wrote. Ella's being overly sensitive again. Ella sighed and muted the chat. Instead she opened LinkedIn. She updated her status, connected with old colleagues and sent out more resumes. She messaged Sarah, her friend from the office. Hey, just wanted to let you know what really happened. Sarah replied within minutes. I heard. I'm so sorry, Ella. That was messed up. But listen, I might know someone hiring. Want me to pass your name along? Ella stared at the message and typed, yes. Please. 2 days later, Sarah called. Ella, I talked to my friend at Stewart and Associates. They're looking for someone with your exact experience. Really? Ella sat up straighter on her couch. Yes, and I told them how brilliant you are. Can you go in for an interview this week? I'll be ready, Ella said firmly. She had already printed fresh copies of her portfolio and practiced her responses. This wasn't just about getting another job. This was about rising from the ashes her family had tried to burn her with. When she walked into the sleek lobby of Stewart and Associates, the receptionist greeted her warmly. Mr. Ford will see you now. Inside the office, a tall man with kind eyes and a firm handshake stood to greet her. Ella Hall. Heard a lot about you. I'm Larry Ford. Tell me, why do you want to join our firm? Ella looked him straight in the eye. Because I want to prove something. Not just to others, but to myself. Larry leaned back. Go on. I was fired from Greenfield and Blythe based on false accusations. Instead of wasting energy fighting it, I want to show them what they lost. Here's my portfolio. She handed him a binder. Larry flipped through it, pausing at charts and client feedback forms. Impressive. But I have to ask, why not take legal action? Ella smiled. Because success is the better message. And because I know Greenfield's biggest client, Riverside Corp., inside and out. I helped build their account. Larry raised his eyebrows. Now you really have my attention. He closed the binder slowly. The position pays twice what Greenfield offered. Plus performance bonuses. Can you start Monday? Ella's heart jumped. Absolutely. As Ella walked out of the building, sunlight hit her face. She felt like she could breathe again. Her phone buzzed with another group chat notification. Mom, Sam's having trouble with his car payments. Can everyone pitch in? Victoria, sorry I'm broke. Dad, already helped last month. Sam, come on guys. Just a small loan. I'll pay you back. Ella rolled her eyes and was about to mute the chat again when a private message from Victoria appeared. Hey sis, heard you had a big interview today. Mom's worried you're aiming too high. Don't want you getting disappointed again. Ella took a deep breath and typed back. Actually, I got the job. Double my old salary. 3 dots appeared instantly. Then, oh me no way. That's amazing. Hey, random question. Could you help me with rent this month? Ella didn't respond. She scrolled up to see the same patterns repeating. Requests, guilt, manipulation. Then the group chat exploded again. Mom, Ella got a new job. Big pay. Sam, seriously sis? Holding out on us. Dad, that's wonderful sweetheart. Speaking of which, thinking of renovating the kitchen. You could help. Her phone rang. Hey superstar, he said smoothly. About that car payment. Sam, I haven't even started the new job yet. Come on, you know I'm good for it. Remember when I covered for you that night you snuck out? You mean the night you got caught and made me do your homework for a month to keep quiet? Details. Family helps family, right? Ella unlocked her apartment door, tossing her keys into the bowl. Where was that family spirit when Victoria got me fired? Ancient history. She feels bad, you know. Right. Ella stared at her silent laptop. Sam kept talking. Anyway, can you spot me the cash? I'll think about it, she said and hung up. Ella sat on her couch, staring at the confirmation email from Stewart and Associates. Her new title, Strategic Accounts Director. Her starting date, Monday. Next to her laptop lay a worn notebook, one she'd used for years to track everything. Budgets, career goals, even family loans. She flipped to the back where she'd started a section titled Letters I'll Never Send. She pulled the notebook closer and began writing again. Dear Victoria, you once told me to lighten up. That my ambition was boring. That I'd never make it without help. Maybe you were right. I just had the wrong help. You. Her phone buzzed. Victoria, Mom says you're being dramatic again. It's not like you can't find another job. Unless you're not as smart as you think. Ella stared at the message and then looked back at her letter. Her hand moved quickly across the page. She was done being the family's safety net. The group chat lit up again. Mom, Ella's new job pays well. She should take us to that new steakhouse. Dad, yes. Celebration dinner this weekend. Sam, Ella, can you lend me some money for a new shirt? Can't show up looking broke. She let out a dry laugh. None of them had asked how she felt, just what she could offer. Then a message popped up from Victoria. Hey sis, heard about your bonus. That's huge. My art supply store is doing a sale. Any chance you could support your favorite artist? Ella opened her drawer and pulled out the stack of handwritten letters. Victoria's was the thickest. She added a new paragraph, noting the handbag Victoria had bought last month, supposedly during an art supply run. The phone rang. Her dad. Hey princess. Contractors ready to start on the kitchen next week. Just need that deposit. Dad, I never agreed to pay for renovations. Your mom said you were on board. Love you. At work, Larry stopped by Ella's desk. That Riverside Court meeting? Huge success. They're thinking of moving their full account to us. Ella smiled. That's great news. It's thanks to you. Your insights made a difference. Expect a sizable bonus in your next paycheck. Back at her desk, her inbox pinged. Another email from Victoria. My rent's due tomorrow. Just a few hundred. You understand. Ella forwarded the message into a folder she just created. Family financial requests. Inside it she placed every manipulative message, every guilt trip, every urgent need. She looked over at the letters again. So much history, so many excuses. Her phone lit up again. Group chat. Mom, dinner plans confirmed. Ella's paying. Dad, I'll bring my golf buddies. Sam, I'll need cab fare. Victoria, can't wait. Finally getting spoiled by our rich sis. Ella added one more sentence to each letter. You made me your plan B. But I'm building my own future. That night, Ella sat on the floor of her apartment with envelopes spread in front of her. She sorted each letter, checked the names and addresses and added receipts, screenshots and printouts. She wasn't being cruel. She was telling the truth. Victoria's receipts showed luxury clothing, not art materials. Sam's bank statement revealed thousands spent on online betting. Her parents' credit card bills told stories of yoga memberships and spa visits that cost more than her rent. Ella sealed the envelopes one by one, her heart pounding. Should she really do this? Then her phone buzzed again. Victoria, can I crash at your place this weekend? My roommate's being annoying. Also, can you cover Uber? Ella stared at the message, then at the sealed letters. Yes, he could. She stood, grabbed her keys and walked straight to the mailbox. At the post office, the clerk raised an eyebrow. Certified letters, huh? Yes, Ella said. I want proof they were delivered. Back home, she sat by her window tracking the letters on her phone. 4 packages for ticking time bombs. Her phone buzzed again, Victoria calling. Hey, about dinner tonight. I can't make it, Ella said calmly. What? Why? Mom already made reservations. Nobody asked me if I was free. Oh, come on. It's a celebration. You're doing amazing. Don't ruin the vibe. Also, my card's acting weird. Could you transfer me some cash before the dinner? Ella smiled as she looked at the delivery app. Sorry, Vic. I've got a meeting. She ended the call and returned to her desk. Larry peeked in. Everything all right? Just handling some overdue correspondence, she replied, sipping her coffee. Later that day, Larry approached her again. By the way, he said casually, Fernando from Greenfield called this morning. Sounded rattled. Wanted to know why Riverside Corp was leaving. Ella raised her eyebrows. Did he mention anything else? Only that letting you go was the worst mistake of their year. Larry grinned. I didn't tell him it was the worst mistake of their decade. Ella chuckled softly. Then her phone buzzed. Sam again. Email. Sis, emergency. Banks threatening legal action. Can't make dinner unless you spot me some cash for a new shirt. Don't tell Mom. She opened her drafts folder and began typing. Subject. Emergency. Dear Sam. Can't make dinner. I'm dealing with my own responsibilities, student loans, rent and adulthood. You should try it sometime. Ella. Her phone buzzed once more. Mom, Ella Marie, what's this about you skipping dinner? Everyone's expecting you. Ella, Mom, you can't just plan my schedule without asking me. Mom, Victoria's devastated. She bought a new dress just for tonight. With what money? Ella muttered. Victoria had just claimed her card didn't work. Mom, she's creative with money. You know how artists are. You're the responsible one. Ella checked the tracking numbers. Her mother's letter was already out for delivery. Sorry, Mom. I've got work. Mom, don't hang up on me. Ella ended the call and switched her phone to silent. She opened her desk drawer, pulling out copies of the letters she'd sent. Sam's gambling transactions. Victoria's luxury purchases. Her parents' credit history. All truth. All undeniable. Her phone dinged again. Dad, your mom's upset. Call her. P.S. Contractor needs the deposit today. Ella drafted another email. Tigik, no more. Dear Dad, no deposit. No dinner. No more enabling. Check your mailbox. Ella. Just then Larry appeared again. Ella, got a minute? The board wants to discuss your promotion. Promotion. The Riverside account is only the beginning. We're thinking junior partner. Ella blinked. Wow. Thank you. Her phone kept buzzing, 37 missed calls already. She looked down and smiled. The first letter had been delivered. Signed for by Hazel Hall. Her mother. Ella sat in the boardroom discussing strategy, while picturing her mother opening that envelope. Reading about every forgotten achievement, every double standard, every ignored plea for fairness. Her phone kept buzzing but she ignored it. Let them read. Let them finally understand. By the time she returned to her desk, the second letter had been delivered. Her father's turn now. Larry knocked again. Your phone's still lighting up. Family learning about consequences, she said simply. He nodded. Sometimes the kindest thing we can do is stop protecting people from themselves. She smiled. Exactly. By tomorrow Sam and Victoria's letters would arrive. The final act. There would be no returning to sender. Only truth. The first voicemail came at 6:43 a.m. Mom, how dare you keep records like you're some accountant? We're your family. Ella deleted it without blinking. She sipped her coffee and opened her window. The sunrise felt earned today. Sam, what did you do? Mom's freaking out. Dad's speechless. Did you really mail us all that stuff? Then Victoria messaged. Victoria, OMG, you're actually crazy. Is this because I forgot your birthday? So petty. The tracking app lit up again. Delivered. Signed by Axel Hall. Dad had received his letter. Just then her office phone rang. Larry, the receptionist said, your mother's in the lobby. Ella's stomach dropped. Should I call security? No, Ella said calmly, standing up. I'll handle it. Ella stepped into the lobby and spotted her mother standing near the security desk, clutching a white envelope. She looked completely out of place in her yoga clothes, her lips tight with fury. You ungrateful girl, her mother hissed as Ella approached. You embarrassed us. Mom, this is my workplace, Ella said quietly. You sent a list of accusations and ancient complaints? Proof? Who keeps receipts from 10 years ago? Someone who always knew this moment would come, Ella said calmly. Your father can't even look at me. 23 years of marriage and I had to explain secret credit cards and Victoria's second mortgage for that failed gallery. You made those choices, Ella said. Just like you made me give up my college fund for Sam's startup. We raced you better than this. No. You raced me to stay quiet while you enabled everyone else. Ella's phone buzzed. A text from her dad. Your mother's upset. Fix this now. Another notification. Victoria's letter had been delivered. Her mother's phone chimed. She glanced down and turned pale. She's threatening to move to Europe, her mother whispered. See what you've done? She says she's looking at one-way tickets. Let me guess, she needs money for that ticket? She's sensitive. Creative, her mother argued. You've always been jealous of her spirit. Larry appeared from around the corner. Mrs. Hall, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We're about to start a board meeting. Her mother straightened her shoulders. Of course. My daughter's too important for family now. Security guided her toward the exit. Ella said nothing. There was nothing left to explain. By lunchtime Victoria had posted on social media. Some people can't handle success. Paris, here I come. I only need love and support now, from real family. Sam replied, this is wild. But Ella, if you're cutting ties, at least help me with that last payment. I'm serious. They're coming after me. Her dad texted again, your mother's blood pressure is spiking. This is your responsibility. Larry passed Ella in the hallway. Family drama? Something like that. Take the afternoon if you need it. Oh, and the board approved your promotion. Junior partner effective immediately. Ella paused. Thank you. But I'll stay. We have a strategy meeting at 2. That's why you're partner material. Back at her desk, her phone buzzed again. Victoria, got your psycho letter. Hope you're happy. P.S. Still need art supplies if you're done being dramatic. Ella declined the call. Her inbox had 67 new messages. Subject lines like, how could you? And before you cut me off completely. Then the final tracking update appeared. Delivered. Signed by Samuel Hall. Sam's letter had arrived. Moments later the group chat exploded. Victoria, she exposed everything. My shopping. Sam's gambling. Mom's credit cards. Sam, this is illegal. Those bank statements are private. Mom, we need a family meeting. Tonight. Everyone must come. Dad, agreed. Ella, you will be there. Ella typed one word. No. Then she muted the chat, turned off her phone and opened the strategy presentation. Let them rage. Let them face the truth. She had a meeting to prepare for and a life to protect. The pounding on her apartment door came right at 8 p.m. Ella Marie, open this door right now, her mother's voice shrieked. She opened the door calmly. Her entire family barged in. Mom, Dad, Sam looking nervous and Victoria, mascara streaked down her cheeks. Family intervention. Victoria declared, waving the letter. We're here to discuss your breakdown. I'm fine, Ella said. It's all of you who finally need to face yourselves. Young lady, her father started. No, you listen, Ella cut in, holding up her phone. Should I play the voicemails from the loan companies chasing Sam? Or show Victoria's Instagram stories from her struggling artist trips to luxury spas? Sam looked down. Those records were private. Like my college fund was private? That was different. Mom snapped. No, Ella said. It wasn't. Victoria jumped up. You're doing this to punish us. Punish? Or protect myself for once. I'm going to Paris. I'm done with this family. With what money? Ella asked. Your card was declined at the art store. Again. She needs help. Mom shouted. No, she needs to take responsibility, Ella replied. You're acting superior, Victoria hissed. No. I'm just done being everyone's scapegoat, Ella said. Dad cleared his throat. What about the kitchen renovation? The kitchen is fine. Your golf fees, however, are not, she said. The room went quiet. Sam finally spoke, voice low. She's right. I have a problem. And I'm getting help. Victoria's jaw dropped. You traitor. No, just tired of lying, Sam muttered. Victoria's eyes filled with tears. I didn't mean to ruin your life, Ella. I was just, I don't know, jealous. Everything looks so easy for you. You succeed. I fail. I was tired of feeling like the loser. You could have just asked for help, Ella said. I thought if I brought you down a little I'd feel better. I didn't expect all this. Their mom sank into a chair. We're terrible parents, aren't we? No, you're just used to protecting the loudest voices, Ella said. Dad ran a hand over his face. Contractors off the table. I'll cancel it. Mom nodded weakly. Sam looked at Ella. I found a counselor. My first appointment's tomorrow. Victoria whispered, I'll go to therapy too. Maybe. I need it. Ella nodded. Maybe we all do. 3 weeks later, Ella stood outside her parents' house holding a tray of cookies. Sam had texted, come. Things are different now. When she walked in, everything was simpler. The fancy furniture was gone. The walls looked cleaner. Less clutter. Victoria sat on the couch, scrolling through her phone. She smiled awkwardly. Look, she said, holding up a post. Starting therapy. No more fake Paris plans. Time to face the truth. Sam arrived next carrying a folder. First NA meeting went great, he said quietly. Their parents came in with mugs of coffee, not wine. We're changing, Mom said. We got a financial advisor. I sold the yoga package. Your father sold the golf membership. I got a real job, Victoria added. Admin work at an art gallery. Ella blinked. You actually got hired? Yep. Part-time. Learning how it really works. Everyone was trying. Really trying. Then came the surprise. Larry walked through the door carrying a folder. What are you doing here? Ella asked, half smiling. Your family invited me. Said they wanted to understand exactly what they nearly cost you. He opened the folder. Should I tell them about the partnership offer? The clients you've brought in? Or the 3 other firms that tried to poach you? Ella's parents stared, speechless. Your daughter is a powerhouse, Larry said. Greenfield's loss was our biggest gain. Victoria looked stunned. People are fighting to hire you? Larry grinned. More than you know. Then he turned to leave. Oh, and Ella. Board meets next week to confirm your promotion to senior partner. He winked. See you Monday. Silence followed after Larry left. Finally their mother stood. We can't undo what we did. But we can do better. Real change, not promises. Dad nodded. We'll face our own debts. Our own flaws. I'll celebrate you instead of compete with you, Victoria said. And I won't lean on you anymore, Sam added. Ella looked at each of them and said, then I'll give us a chance. But this time, honesty only. No secrets. No guilt trips. They all agreed. It wasn't forgiveness. Not yet. But it was progress. Outside the wind felt different. Fresh. Ella's phone buzzed, family group chat. Sam, proud of everyone today. Mom, red heart. Ella smiled. See you Sunday. Sometimes the truth hurts. But sometimes the truth heals. And sometimes choosing yourself is the first step to saving everyone. Moral lesson. Family should be a source of support, not exploitation. Setting boundaries isn't betrayal, it's self-respect. Remember to hit the like button, comment and subscribe to this channel for more of this.